All right. All right. What are we doing? Oh, wow. That's on my monitor. Did my camera get bumped? Did my camera get How did this even happen? I can actually bump my camera with my feet. Maybe that's what happened. Hmm. I'm guessing that's what happened. That looks much better. A lot closer to the action now, too. All right. All right. We have a lot to consider tonight. We have a lot to consider. We made some good progress on Saturday. We did. We did. And Sunday. Um I probably am going to make this a short stream. Probably going to try to jump off of here around 9:15. There's a person who might need my help. All right, let's see. Let's jump into something then really quickly. Let's jump into the Twitch alerts. I don't know about assembly line. No, we're good to work on assembly line, but we're going to work on Twitch alerts because I want to talk about this. I'm getting really excited about this. Now, there's a lot that needs to happen with this, but I think the null stack, the null cloud, is actually pretty cool. The ideas we're cultivating is the word, are kind of exciting. The big thing that we have right now is we actually have this project that builds it as a monolith, and we got that done Saturday. But but the interesting part here is that I want to be able to do this monolith versus microservice a more automatic way. I don't know how, per se. I don't know if that's like code generation that does it, but I want to do it in a more automatic way, and I want to do it where that it would work for any language, not just Rust. So those are some things that we need to keep in mind while we're doing this. I think. I think. Now, we're single threaded, and I think we're gonna stay single threaded except for this AI manager. I think we need to possibly multi-thread it. Like, actually, I'm not sure. Maybe we leave it as a single thread and we leave it running and we see if we run into those problems again. Maybe those were weird problems that we just needed to handle with like a reconnect. I'm not sure. There was a couple times when we didn't heartbeat fast enough, and it was when ChatGPT was slow. My thought was that there was another thread to process this, but the only reason this gets weird and why we need to think about it is when we're not in local mode, it's a separate service that handles it. And so you never have to worry about that. But my other thought is we could just possibly make this. We could possibly just make this new event thing spawn a thread with this, like with the workload on it. That actually might not be that horrible. Probably not like a real thread, just like spawn a Tokyo thread. I think that's probably the right thing to do. That's what I'm thinking we do. And then that way when we run in this as a single service, it will it will still just spawn the threads as it gets new requests. Well, not really spawn threads. It will put the work off onto another thread. I think that's fine. Actually, that's interesting. Let's go over here and do Rust. What is it? Rust Kafka. There is, let's see, there are two Rust Kafkas. This is not the one we want. This is not the one we want. I don't think. I don't think this is the one we want. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be supported anymore. Yeah, like there's just not a whole lot of contributions. So it was Rust Kafka. Yeah, the Rust RD, this one, this is the one we want, which is just Rust bindings around the C bindings, which is fine with me. Is this the project? Or is this a fork? I wish that it was easier to see if something was the fork. Like, put a big fork up here. I don't know. Because a fork can have a fork. This doesn't seem. One second. Let's go to. Sometimes a better way to do this is crates.io. And then this is just the Rust RDKAFKA. This one. And this will have the repository. Yeah, that is the repository. Okay. Russell, good evening. I hope you're okay. I'm always delighted, but also a little worried. So what I wanted to know is this going to create a thread? And then like is our thread making thread, you know, like so with Actix Web, every request is on its own actor anyways. Um so it doesn't blame Rocket League. Yeah. So I guess what I was thinking here was okay, so Russell, at the very beginning, what I was thinking through here was we now have this really nice divide, and we have this monolith that ties it together as a monolith, and then as microservices, we have the individual things, which is really cool. Now, the thing that I was looking at here is right here where we handle the new event. This is still on the same thread. So it comes here. This is still on the same thread, and that can cause delays. So my thought here was that I could just always have this do a Tokio spawn and just put it on the Tokio workload, but that seems redundant if on the consumer side on the when it's in microservices, if the consumer already is coming on another thread, that feels redundant and also is a waste to put it on another thread, which is what I was kind of looking up some so there's a high level stream consumer. So let's check out. Oh yeah, Tokio is a platform for fast processing and asynchronous events in Rust. The interface is exposed by stream consumer and future producer allow. Okay, so it looks like we can just use the stream consumer. The other thing that I want to be thinking about when doing this is I'm in love with this solution, probably because I thought of it, which I tried to hold back on a little bit. But I really like how we've split this up. And so one thing that I want to keep in mind is this is all great that we can deploy it separately, but it doesn't deploy automatically separately. And I really like that Go library that allows you to kind of automatically deploy it separated out. Now it used gRPC. I would like to use Kafka in the middle. Like I like the message queue. I think there's a lot of reasons to do that instead of direct gRPC communication. Obviously, you should have a gRPC communication between them as well. And if your messages are just protobufers, you get that for free anyways. Basically, you can do the same thing, whether it's an event or not. The thing that I would like to think about here is really I don't want to have this monolith app, or I don't want to come up with a Kubernetes. When I go to deploy to the null cloud, I want to just point it at this repo. I think that's the thing that I would love to do, is point it at this repo, and the null cloud will pick this up and be like, okay, there is a Kafka, or no, it shouldn't need the Kafka component, because it should be able to do the Kafka interface for all the interfaces. It should say there's an AI manager, gonna deploy that. There's a Twitch a listener, gonna deploy that. And in this, that's all that there is now. Obviously, we're gonna have a front end as well. And then it should tie it all together with Kafka automatically. I haven't thought of exactly how we're going to do that, but I love that idea. I think that's a fantastic cloud offering idea that's unique, solves microservices, and I'd also like to make it language agnostic. Like, obviously, you probably need a plugin or something. Whatever system we use, we'll have to support an individual language, but I'd like to make it in such a way where you could just write a plugin for that language, and then boom, it just works. So I want to keep that in mind as we're going through this. Obviously, for this, I'm going to deploy it by hand. I'm going to write YAML file for Kubernetes, and it's going to be horrible and fantastic, and I'm going to deploy my own Kafka and everything. But for the null cloud offering, you should just be able to be like, look here. Now, obviously, there needs to be a configuration, some YAML, some sort, to set environment variables and things like that. There's going to be some configuration files, but I was just wanting to get away from like needing to define Kafka at all. Like, I'm going to have to define a Kafka consumer and producer for, for this interface. But I shouldn't in the future. Because that should be generatable. So basically, we need to make the Kafka consumer and producer, and then write something like a macro that can generate that. So you can slap, oh, that's what it is. This right here, not that. This right here, this needs a macro to generate the Kafka stuff. So you just slap that on there, and it generates the Kafka producer and consumer that can be injected into anything that has the Twitch event handler. That's beautiful. I love rubber ducking, and I rubber duck with Twitch chat, mainly because you guys have great ideas, and also can tell me if what I'm saying is crazy. Okay, so back to the original problem we were trying to solve. The thing that's giving this a new event could already be on its own thread, because the Kafka consumer can be on its own thread, I think. Let's see here. This is an expensive synchronous computation. Thread sleep. Okay, they're sleeping. So then they're just matching on the payload. Okay, no payload. Message payload is not a string. Payload length. Okay, so they're just looking to see if it's a string. Fine. And then async producer. So we could just do a synchronous producer that just dumps it on another thread, but that seems dumb when we could just use an asynchronous Oh wait, this is a asynchronous processor. Um, I always say consumer because I'm a bad reader, and so I'll read producer and processor. They look too close to me. I'll read them the same. Okay, yeah, and then they have a try for each with the message with just this is a function. Cool. All right, cool. So now, in our case, what do I do here? How do I deal with this? Because either this is already threaded or it's synchronous. I guess one of the things that we could do here is just clone this AI manager, and every single new message, we clone the AI manager. No, because it has a thing to the SQLite pool. Never mind, that's a bad idea. Is it a bad idea? What if we take... That's a bad idea. I was going to say, what if we make this like a lazy global variable? But that's a very bad idea. Especially because we need it to be contained within this AI manager. I was going to say we could create it in the monolith, but the problem is the AI manager should be making its own connection to its own database. So that becomes a problem when we go to the microservice world. We could do something dumb. Like I'm tempted to take this and like add a is threaded. Wait, that's not how you spell threaded. Um, and like basically, if it's already threaded, you pass true so that I don't redo it. But that seems pretty dumb. So I did want to do channels last time, but I don't think channels works, right? Because if I pass a channel to the event handler and a channel to the API listener, that doesn't work because these aren't in... I could do it in the I could do that as a monolith. Absolutely. I could tie the two together that way. But as a microservice, I can't tie them together as channels. I had said that, and then I realized that when you break it apart as a microservice, that doesn't work anymore. You know, channels uses an application's shared memory, which they wouldn't have any. It it's more difficult because you have to think of AI Manager as its own application, but it could be the same application. Unless we say that the two things have to communicate across a channel. Ooh, is that the way we do it? We don't do it with interfaces? Isn't that channel logic part of the concrete implementation of the trait that you use to make the seams? Maybe you and I are starting to think on the same path here. Isn't that channel logic part of the concrete implementation of the trait that you use? So, I don't think so. Let's. If I was to make a channel, the struct here would have to have a pub, receiver. This would be a receiver. Let's just like start implementing it and see where this breaks. Well, it won't break until we do microservices, is my thought though. Receive. And we'll say that this receiver is of event new Twitch event message. So you have two traits, one that connects channels, one that pulls. Maybe. Yes, two trait implementers. Yes. Maybe. So we have this receiver here. I don't. It's not spelled that way. I know that it's spelled wrong. I don't know how to spell it right now. 1 second. Russ sender and receiver. There we go. Yeah. There we go. And then we can define this. This probably should be in common because it's going to have to be used in different places. Let's go here. Let's pub struct this, and we'll just say that it has these things. We'll just say that it has these things. All right. We'll make these just public. It's just a, what is that, a pogo? Is that a pogo? This is just a pogo, except it's a rogo. Wait, yeah, rogo? No, it would be a poro. It would be a poro. This is just a poro, plain old Rust object. Now, the real question would be, is that copyrighted? Can I use poro? Or do I have to tell you guys that I am not a Rust ambassador to tell you about how I love poros? Struct is an object. You know what? Like, I've heard this. We can. It's a plain old Rust object. Like, what's the difference between a Rust and or an object and a struct? Plain old Rust struct. Pores. I'm not sure we want pores. That's not even more fun to say. Pores. Behavior built in is the difference. I don't know that it is. I mean, I could be very wrong on this. To me, behavior built in. Well, maybe expand on that a little bit. Behavior built in is the difference. But that's not true in Rust. I would argue that's absolutely not true. I mean, you can do the same thing with a object in a pogo in Java is the exact same as what you're describing. There is no functions on the object, and in fact, again, I think we're getting really pedantic here because you can do impl new Twitch event messages, and then you can make a function that belongs to this object, to this specific one that actually operates on it. So we can do function, function, um, mutate me. I mean, like, right, but this is what I'm saying. Like, does this become an object now that I have an implementation for it? This is why I say that this is effectively the same as an object. I can make it just like your Java's classes. I don't know, and this is why I use it interchangeably, because to me, no one's really told me a difference between a struct and a class. I've never seen a definitive. I know that there are people that will get up in arms if I call this a class or an object, but to me, it is an object in memory. I cannot. It's a plain old Rust object. It doesn't have an implementation. I don't know. You could say it's a plain old Rust struct. That's equally true. But I mean, I was just going with Pogo because that's an actual thing. Pores, I guess, does kind of grow on me a little bit. I could go with pores. Um, I wouldn't call Rust object oriented, but I do think that you can do object oriented programming. So if you define object oriented as inheritance, no, you can't. But object oriented was more about message passing, which actually looks like an operator framework or an actor framework. So if you do actor framework, I think you're doing object oriented programming, to be honest, and you're loving it. And you didn't even realize that you were doing it. Sorry, this is not the beginning of the Rust Foundation. That is true. That is true. Oh. And yes, obviously, anything I say is never the opinion of the Rust Foundation. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're just using this receiver. Whether it is no matter what on the other side. So does this have to be the pattern? Does everything that's decoupled have to have a sender receiver? Is that the pattern? That might be the pattern. So and that's why I do honestly try to keep things civil, because there's a lot of reasons. Um, because one, you know, there was probably a very few people that pushed this. That would be my guess. Um, is that there was a very small few people that owned a lot of the Rust Foundation, which I don't represent, that really pushed for this. Second, I'm really upset that when I misspelled what is the difference between race and ethnicity is the first thing on Google. We're gonna continue to type this out so that that's. Uh, See, and this is a C++ thing. Structures are value types, classes are reference types. But in Rust that doesn't actually matter. So I think in Rust, they call it a struct for whatever. It's an object. It's a Rust object though. Um, yeah, Google search suggestions are wild. um, so I think we can call it a poro or a pores. I think really whichever one catches on more. What is your thing with object? No, I mean even in Java, it's a class. They don't like even in Java, it's called a class in the code, but it's still a pogo. Think about that, because it's just an object in memory, and a struct is an object in memory. Well, it is once it's instantiated in memory, obviously. Once you call this new function. But I'm okay with calling it pores too, because that's also that's growing on me. So I'm fine with a pores. Let's get back to it. This is just a pores. This is just your good old standard pores. That's why I made these pub. Were you part of the Java clan that did like these all had to be private and you had to do like accessor methods? That was a special time in history. I was on that bandwagon. Fatal Rust TM object or string. You know what's really interesting though, which I'm not a legal expert, but I have looked at a decent amount of fair use. So like when I talk about Apple, I can actually have Apple in my thumbnail. I can use their logo in my thumbnail if I'm talking about Apple, if I'm covering news about Apple, if I'm doing whatever. I can use their copyrighted thing, and there's nothing that they can do about it. And so, you know, their copyright thing, I think, is much further reaching than they can actually enforce. Um, because they were like educational material. And I think that if you're doing a class on Rust, you're probably by fair use allowed to use the Rust logo. I said probably. Again, I'm not a legal expert, but like, I'm not sure that. And the problem is if there is one bad actor that's trying to teach people bad things, but they don't enforce it with the good actors, it becomes unenforceable. So they have to enforce it with everyone, or at least attempt to enforce it with everyone, because otherwise, when you go to enforce it with the bad actor, they'll be like, "Well, you're not enforcing it with this person," and that's actually a legal argument. Yeah. Anyways, also the word rust. Like again, it was so far reaching. The word rust is a common English word. I'm sorry. I mean, it's a common English word. That would be like trying to trademark phone, for Pete's sake. Because they were like, you can't use the word rust in a domain name. What? Always fun to find Rust questions asking about how to set up the server so other players can't connect. Dude, it 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 is now a force of habit. When you search for Rust, you do Rust Lang. Because if you don't do Rust Lang and you do like Rust IP address, it's like, oh, well, of course, whatever I picked comes up with this. But I have so many times gotten hit with like, yeah, Rust the game. um uh, I have the same complaint with Go. Like, go learn something better. Like, I really don't like the name Go either. And now most people refer to it as Golang, um, because you have to. This is me agreeing with you. Programming languages names that use common words are awful decisions. Finding IO examples. But yeah, I do find copywriting a common English word is very difficult as well. So good luck to them. I think it would have made more sense if they tried to protect the Rust Foundation, and like targeted the Rust Foundation and the Rust that. I think that makes more sense, like to protect people from and again, I don't know of anybody impersonating the Rust Foundation, but if there was, like obviously that's bad. I don't think anybody watches my Rust tutorials and be like, "Oh, this guy must be from the Rust Foundation. He's making a tutorial on Rust." It doesn't. Nobody thinks I'm from the Rust Foundation. I said things that I don't like about the Rust language. I'm generally very open with stuff. Okay. So is this how we communicate? Is this how we communicate? I have to. The only thing that is weird about this to me, then, we don't need this anymore. We don't need this trait because our trait, our method of communication is this message now. So really, what we need is something generative, not an enum, a macro that works off of this. Like null cloud message. I don't know, whatever we name our macro, which shouldn't be this because this is horrible. Should go here, kind of like this async trait. I square brackets, of course. And we don't need this at all anymore. That's what I'm feeling here. And all of these things have to. Now, my question here, again, I'm trying to think about this as in I'm building a framework for the null cloud so that people can just point at this and it deploys. Are people going to have to do something like this here as well? Null new. I don't know. Whatever we call the system, we'll call the system Chickapee. That's actually chickpea, cheapy. We'll call the system cheapy new. So like we know that this is where we inject the stuff to make a new AI manager, and we can wrap the stuff around this. Actually, maybe we don't even have to generate anything from this. I'm trying to think. I might name it cheapy now because it's probably a horribly offensive word in some language. I need to Google that. That's what I made up a word once, and that's what happened to me. Are you serious? Is how to pronounce the name of fish and chips in bars in the UK? Cheapy? I did not know that. See, this is why I shouldn't make up stuff, is because when I do, I was in Spanish class in college, and I had no idea. I was supposed to have learned the word, and I made up a word, and I guess I said something horribly offensive, and was told not to make up words when I didn't know them. So, yeah. So then we don't have a producer. If we don't have a producer, how do we know how to... Oh, because the other end, the WebSocket client, needs a receiver. Or a sender. So this should probably actually have a new. Because that way we know what to inject. Um, hmm. So really, it's like it's not going to be able to inject these types of things. This token. Actually, it could probably do the token. This is just a string. String. It's not going to be able to do this. So we'll have to wrap that and hide that from it. The user ID and these types of stuff, it should be able to get from. It should be able to get from. It should be able to get these from environment variables, is what I was going to say. Is like these should automatically be read in from environment variables. Oops. All right, well, I'm probably going to need to name something cheapy. Whether I spell it the proper British way or do the standard maybe American way, and just spell it completely wrong. That's actually pretty amazing. You know, I've never had fish and chips, and I've heard that it's like a bar food, but it's on my list of things that when I go to England next, the next time I get to go, I'm going to a bar and getting fish and chips. I'm going to order them the British way though, and I'm going to ask for some. They'd probably look at me weird though. Probably going to look at me weird anyways, but I'm going to try to just tone down how many ways that they look at me weirdly. So we just need to let Rx Tx equal MPL SC. What is it? It's just channel, maybe? I think it's just channel. There we go. And then we got to pass the sender into here. Sender Rx. Oh, Chip E. Chip E. Okay. Dude, I was just making up words there. So you're right. It would be Chippy. I don't do English very well. I think most people know that. We have an error. We have an error. What is this error? Why is it an error? Oh, because it needs the other end of this. Now we're cooking on all cylinders. So RX goes down there. You know what? I need to rename these. I really hate RX TX. I know where they come from. I understand them. But this is the sender. This is the receiver. I think this is just easier. I don't know. It's probably fine. You see TX, you know receiver. I think that's like when I was reading it, I wasn't thinking English. But of course, it's written in English, so I'm an idiot. Um, and I was putting the emphasis on the p right there. So no, on the I. I was putting the emphasis on the I instead of on the p. So it wasn't chip. It was chi p. I don't know. I'm not an English professor. I'm not a professor at all. So then we can get rid of this trait altogether. Are we happy with this? Are we happy with this? I might be happy with this. Rust is not happy with this. Oh, because there is no more. Oh, okay. 1 second. This is interesting. Now there is no new event. Basically, on new, or we need to create a function that's like start that checks for events. So basically, we're just going to do this. Start. I always think it's weird to do it on new. I think new is a weird place to. Because you don't expect it to consume. Like, you don't expect to create a new object consumes the thread. Makes me remember my younger sister used to refer to. She put the Y on everything, and so she was asking for a penny, and mom kept giving her pennies, and she was like, "No, I want a penny." She wanted a pen. She wanted to write. I don't know, the whole chippy. But now I'm gonna feel like a true British person when I order, like some chippies, please. Is that how you order them? I don't know if there's a better slang for it. Oh, the place is a chippy. That's how you refer to the place. Okay. Okay. Maybe we won't call this. We'll call this receive. I don't know. We'll leave it start. Let's go to the chippy for T. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'm putting together the blocks slowly, but I'm putting them together. So here, actually, we need to. So then we just need to like match on this. Match on self dot res. Where T is dinner. Oh wait, tea is dinner? It's not lunch? I thought tea was like. So you say let's go to Chippy's for tea, and you mean dinner. That's very interesting. I did not know that. So tea is dinner after work, last meal of the day, unless you have supper. Some lunch is lunch. Some people also call lunch dinner. I think I'm just getting more confused. I'm gonna just say I'm a little confused. I thought tea was like the standard lunch drink that people went. Do you not call tea tea? Do you call tea something else? Like, did you get? Do we call it tea because that's what you guys drank with dinner? Okay, you still also call that tea, but you can say tea, and that's like what you go after work. Okay, okay. I respect it. We have weird things too. I wish I could auto implement that. Do I need to do? I don't know. I haven't used it. Do I have to wrap this in a sum like this? No, I don't have to wrap it in a sum. I mean, that is what it is, right? It's a receiver, so I just need to do like this, right? Message, right? Right? No, I don't. I can't do that. I need to be like some, right? Some message, right? No, I think it's angry about that too. It's not happy with that. This is definitely not how you do it. How do I unwrap the receiver? Oh wait, because I didn't call try. Right? I need to do match dot receive. That's try receive. I think is the non-blocking try receive. Maybe I just need to do receive. I want to block. You know. Okay, never mind. Is this what makes us happy now? Right? Because this will be a result. So instead of some, I need to be okay. Okay, message. There we go. Okay. Then there is afternoon tea, which is a fancy sandwiches and cakes with tea. I wish I was rich and didn't have a job to go back to. Um, so British people are basically hobbits, is what I'm getting. If you haven't watched The Lord of the Rings, watch the first one. They're talking about second breakfast, after teas. It's a joke. But it's starting to make me think that hobbits were very much written by a British person. Right. Oh, I knew it was written by a British. Okay, so with this, we're just going to make another function. We're going to make this function right here. Yep. But we're just going to slap that on here. Then we're going to delete this whole thing. And then we're going to call new event here. Then we have to change this to new message. No. New Twitch event message. So MSG message. New Twitch event message. And then we can do msg.event. Done. msg.event. Done. All right. Rust is still angry. Okay. We need to do self.new event. Make that happy. Mismatch type, expected nothing. Oh, this is asynchronous. We'll remove this and do block on. This is still upset. Error not covered. Okay, we'll cover error. Error. We're just going to abort here. Actually, we probably should just panic. If this is running as a microservice, we need to panic. Because if this returns an error, it means it's been poisoned, right? This function will always block the... This call will wake up and return an error to indicate no more message can ever be received on this channel. However, since the messages are buffered, the message will be sent before the disconnect. Right. So yeah, if an error is through it, the AI manager just needs to shut down because it would need to get a new one. I think that's the right call here. Okay. Why? Wait. Match arm, body without braces. The statement is not surrounded. Oh, comma. There we go. Okay, mismatch types. Expected unit type this. Found. This. Should we return this? Let's think about that. We need to do block on here, which I haven't done that in a while. So let's Google that. Because at this point, we're assuming that we're on whatever thread we're supposed to execute all this stuff. But I think it's also in Tokyo. All right, so return a handle to the runtime spawner. The return handle can be used to spawn tasks and run on the runtime and can be cloned to allow moving the handle to other threads. Calling handle block on a handle to a current thread. Is airplane referred to the documentation? Okay. So are they saying don't use this? So can I just do this? Wait. So this is a self of a future. So can I just call block on this? Maybe not. Oh, no. I need to do... Oh, it's on the runtime. It's on the runtime. I didn't get that it was on the runtime. Stupid object-oriented. But I don't have the runtime. Do I also need to pass the runtime into this object? I'm sorry, this struct. Forgive me. Forgive me, Rust Foundation, the entity I don't represent. I don't like this. You need to handle it. Is there a way to get that when using the macro version? Oh. Good question. Because I am using the macro version. Get Tokyo runtime. Let's just do that. Let's see. How to access the current runtime from Tokyo. Can I just do this? Oh, yeah. Spawns or blocks on. So as long as it's on a Tokyo thread, we should be able to just do this. Block on. This is probably not imported. Alright, yeah. Failed to resolve. Use of undeclared type handle. Use of undeclared... I know, I'm trying to import it. That's what I'm trying to do, buddy. Alright, well, I need to now find the... Where is this? Where is the import? Tokyo runtime handle. Alright. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I know why. This doesn't know we're in Tokyo because I doubt it's in the cargo. Why is the Twitch API included? Oh, because I'm parsing the objects in there. Okay. Let's just do Tokyo in here. Tokyo. Bam. Now we'll know where handle is. Yeah. Import handle. There we go. Handle current dot block on. So let's do this. Let mute con equals, and then we'll just do this right here, right? And we'll just throw a question mark and a semicolon. Oh boy, that got long. Wait, I'm misreading something here. This is giving me a result as a future. I thought this was supposed to resolve the future. Wait, maybe, do I not call the await here? Okay, I don't call the await. My bad. Don't put the await in the block on. Got it. Done. All right. I think that handled it. So this is just going to get the current, like the current one. So whatever this was started up with, it's going to grab that one. I think that's what we want. Okay, cool. Now we just need to resolve this. What is this complaining about? Mismatch types. Expected a unit type of nothing. Found a result. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're just going to throw these in this. I think we want to have a result here. We don't necessarily need to do anything for it right now with it right now. You know, because the APIs might not work. The database might fail. Whatever. We might want to be able to do something with that, I think, so we'll just let res equals this and oh, I don't know what I was thinking there. Match res. Okay. What would the result be? It's just an empty result. So we'll do this. We could actually return the stuff back, like whatever the API returns. Right now we're just printing it out. We could actually return it back. That might actually be good, and then this could do stuff with it. That might be the right thing to do. Right now it's just printing it out, and that's what we want to do. So we're just going to print... well, that's not what we want. Print line, okay, okay. And then let's put that back where it belongs. Error. Change rex to res to get better IntelliSense. Ah. Thank you. I like my T-Rexes. Gotta throw them in every once in a while. Feel like we've forgotten too much about them. Why is a T-Rex everybody's favorite dinosaur? I'm just gonna print the error. That's what we're going to do. It does not. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna print the error. There we go. Okay, we're not. Oh, we just need to block on again. Should I just get the handle up here to keep doing stuff with it? Keep playing with my handles. Let... Thread handle dot block on. Block on this. Put that there. Question mark there. I was gonna say, I think that's like big vicious thing. Yeah, I think you're right. And it is easy. It's not like pterodactyls. I refuse to leave the P off. I hate whatever language gave us a pterodactyl. It's impossible to pronounce. We've gotten through almost all the errors of this small little change that changed nothing except how we pass the message. Twitch event handler, new event. Oh, we don't have an event handler anymore. We have a message. We can send a message. We'll need to construct. we'll need to construct a let msg equal new Twitch event message. And that has, I forget, IntelliSense. I have Copilot off. Come on, Copilot. You could have done this for me. What is this? Help me, Copilot. You're my only hope. There we go. Ha ha ha. Although I also want everybody to know that I do not represent Microsoft when I use Copilot. If I teach you how to use Copilot appropriately, I am not representing Microsoft. I'm just a Copilot whisperer. I'm getting so salty. I need to not talk about it. I'm writing a very good feedback. It's very respectful. I got to stay not salty. Oh my goodness, Copilot just called it for me. Sender.send. As string into? Wait. What line is this? Oh, 146. Oh. Okay. Copilot. You did it here. Oh, wait. No. This is actually because it's a cow timestamp ref. It's not wrong here. I had to do the same thing. But wait, I just need an as stir, right? Because it's a string. It wants a string. And because it is a cow timestamp ref, you have to call the as string to get a str. And then you have to call into. Copilot's not wrong. I don't think so. Well, let me just do this. Yeah, this won't work. Because there is no from cow timestamp ref to string. There's only from str to string and some of these other things. Now, the annoying part about Rust is maybe there's an import. There could be, somebody could have implemented this, but I would have to make I would have to import it, and I don't know it. So this works, though. Doubting on Copilot. I didn't doubt you, Copilot. I didn't doubt you for 1 second. Those haters like to hate. All right, we still have a problem up here. Oh, yeah. This thing. Oh, man. More errors. What are you upset about now? I gave you the receiver right here, dude. Oh, this is the Twitch listener because it had the same function. We can get rid of the Twitch listener one, right? It doesn't need a run anymore. Am I wrong? Let's worry about the monolith. Let's make sure it's working. Why is this upset? Expected struct sender new. Wait. Why? Did I? Oh, I renamed it. I renamed it to sender instead of RX. Out slickified myself. Future cannot be sent between threads safely. The trait sync is not implemented. Oh no. How did we screw this up? Future is not send as this value is used across an await. It is, spawn is going to use it across an await. WebSocket client, the future cannot be. Why not? It was okay. It's just not okay with the send. You know what? Really, if I was being good here, I'd be like clone. Um, but that's not going to change anything. Wait. Sync sender new Twitch event message. So it's particularly upset about my fancy new not an object. It's particularly upset about my fancy new not an object. Why does it not think this? Let's look at that. So everything should auto implement send and sync unless if it has a structure that doesn't implement send and sync, which would be something that has a reference. If it has an RC in it, it's no go. These are strings. These are fine. Event, though, better not have an RC in it. I don't think it does. The problem is I would have to check all of these, but it's saying that this event is not safe to send across threads, which is kind of terrifying. Is this true? I would have to look through all these. But I'm guessing there's either an RC or something in this. In one of these. Let's see. Event subscription, the ID, these look fine. This is a I think static lifetimes are fine. Yeah, all of these are static. These should be fine. Let's go to message. That sucks. Is it just enums? I feel like enums. Rust are enums. Send and sync. I mean, yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Let's. I'm not mistaken. Well, I guess that means we need to construct our own message to send, which it really stinks. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best because this actually made me, and so like I think actually maybe this is for the best. And the reason I say that is this forced me to have this Twitch API only for the fact that I wanted to reuse it over here. Basically this. But maybe I should parse it out and parse exactly what I want. And the reason I didn't want to do that is I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Like right now, I want to do follow and subscribe, but I'd love to be able to catch any event that I want, and so I'm just going to pass the whole thing. I can't believe I cannot believe that it's not send and sync. Well, I'm gonna have to dig into this. And the only thing that should keep it from being a send or a sync should be an unsafe cell or an RC. But I mean, if this should be a data type. It should be a pogo. It should be a pores. It should be a it should be a pores. It shouldn't have. It shouldn't have RCs. Actually, is a cow of an RC type? One second. I'm now. No. A cow is a smart pointer, which should be send and sync, right? A clone on right. Functionality, it can indicate and provide immutability. Cow implements deref, which means that you can call non-mutating methods directly on the data it encloses. If mutation is desired, to mute will obtain a mutable reference to the own value, cloning if necessary. If you need reference counting pointers, note that RC make mute and arc make mute can provide clone on write functionality as well. This is not thread safe. This is. Does this have send and sync? Okay, so Rust Cow does. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig into this. I mean, it might mean that I have to make my entire own message structure, which sucks. I mean, that really. All of these are just payloads, right? I guess all of these have structs, though, that could have. Like, oh, I don't even know. I mean, to find out, I'd have to check each and every single one of these because each one of these has, none of these should have anything but be a good old pogo. I mean, because this is just carrying the data. I can't imagine. Yeah. So the thing is, and the thing you don't want to do, and I've learned this the hard way, is you don't want to just say it's send and syncable. Because Rust will automatically put the send and sync on everything that can implement it. And the only things that it can't do that on are things that have unsafe. Does this have unsafe? No. Good. So I don't know. I'll have to think. I'll have to think. Do we Ooh, you know what we could do? You know what we could do is we could pass this event sub WebSocket data, I think, right? We could just pass this because we call parse WebSocket. Where do we wait? No, we call parse WebSocket because this has the metadata and payload in it. Right. So we do already call parse WebSocket. We're getting this event right here. This is what we're trying to pass on. Oh dear. Oh dear. That oh dear. Mmm. Maybe I need to update March 12th. I'm not sure that there's been updates. Okay. I'm going to have to dumpster dive and think about this. I think it's good. I mean, I don't even know that I can push this though. Shoot. I guess we just make our own object. And if we need something more, we add it. Unfortunately, that's what we're going to do. That is the call, right? Yes. All right, so then in here, we just make our own actually, this is probably an enum. Yeah. I was trying to be lazy. Oh wait, this actually did this here, but that's not what I want. I think that's all we use right now, so we'll just do this. I'm gonna just call this channel follow. Boom. Yeah, I guess that's probably. I was thinking it's just like, oh, you get everything, so if you want something, you can just use it because it's already coming to the AI manager or wherever. But you're right, this is probably cleaner. So this is going to be a Twitch event. Now our monolith is happy, but now we have errors here. We've just been the error chasers. That's my new name, the error chaser. All right, so here, our message.event. This would be not event. This would be, what did I name it? Twitch event. Right? Quick fix. Import. Yeah. Oh no! The error. I am in no way representing the Error Foundation. They can have their Python and JavaScript. I know who you are, Error Foundation. you guys chase errors in production. I chase it before production. I'm a horrible person. Let's actually kind of clean this up, to be honest. We're actually... I'm teasing. I'm going to copy and paste this bad boy because I need this later. Or I'll need this again. You know what? Let's go through this where I'll need it. We'll need it in the Twitch listener on the WebSocket. Because instead of just passing the event, which was so clean, we can't do that anymore. Nothing about this is clean. Nothing. Yeah, instead of doing this, we've got to parse this whole thing into our own structure. We're going to make a function to do it. Ooh, let's see if how Copilot can do with this. Creates a new Twitch event enum from the payload and metadata. Oh. No, this wasn't accurate at all. The Twitch event message is not what I was meaning. Shame on you. That's no. I wanted this. One of these things. I specifically said Twitch event. There you go. Now let's see if you can complete this task. Oh, okay. Let's see, where's the follow? Here we go. Well, this wasn't really that great. I don't think. And I don't think it actually returns what I want. Is this the right Twitch event? Yeah, it doesn't even know what Twitch event it's because this is not the right thing that it's returning in each one of these. This is what I keep saying, is I actually really think that Copilot can be really useful as long as you know what you're doing. Like, it does some things really well, and I think it speeds me up on some things. Some things like this, it just keeps failing to do. And, maybe I'll get better at coaxing it into what I want, and that will be great, but yeah. All right, so this is not a thing here. Why is this erroring out? Missing match arm underscore not covered. So it wants an underscore arm. Oh dear. It kind of really screwed up, I think. Okay. We're also going to give it just a catch-all arm. Make that happy. Now, it still doesn't know what this is. I'm importing it. Now that I've imported it, it might actually work better. Let me delete all this. And now that it's imported, like moving from a text editor to an IDE. Yes, yes. I'm guessing it was, but you weren't using it offensively. Maybe you were? I don't know. Okay, I thought that this was going to be better. But this isn't what it is at all. Like, this code will just not even compile. This isn't... How is this compiling? I don't understand how this is compiling. A Twitch event doesn't have an event or a message ID or a message at. This is not... Also, I need to still go over... No, give me a new one. No, give me a new one. How do I tell it new one? We need a match on the event on the payload. Okay, this is looking better. Okay, this is looking better. Except we don't want a Twitch event follow too. We just want a Twitch follow. Because this is the only thing that actually exists in Twitch event, right? Channel follow. There we go. Channel follow. There we go. And channel follow takes something. What did channel follow take? It takes a username. And we need to get the username from here. So we'll do that. User, what was it? Oh, I'm under the notification. Oh, snap. That is not what I... Okay. Whoops. This was a good start, but wrong place. We just need to return an error here. We don't support this. Oh no, this wait. I'm sorry. Why is this message notification? It is a channel V2. This is a channel V2. This is supported. I was not wrong. Sorry, I got turned around here. What I need here is the username. User ID. Username. Yeah, username. There we go. And this is channel follow takes a channel follow event with a username. I know why this is having problems. I can smell it. I can smell it. Come here. Oh, these are public. Maybe this isn't public? Does it? I don't think you have to do public on the enum. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that is public. Sorry, I thought maybe at first these weren't public. Yeah, that makes it. It takes a struct that has a username. Yes. That's what I was doing, right? Yeah. I have it's a username. Now all of these. So what I don't understand is how these are not complaining, because this is not a Twitch event. This channel subscribe V1. I have a feeling that if we got rid of all the other errors, this would start erroring. Is it? Is it? You probably are right. It is a follow event. Why is it not complaining? Also, I should shore these up. This is weird. To have a channel follow take a follow event. I feel like that's weird. I feel like it's not complaining because it has too many complaints in other places, but let's see. A channel follow takes a follow event. Do we want to make this a little bit better naming? I feel like it's weird to make this the same name, like follow event takes a follow event. Is Rusty trademark? Shh. Just call it RC. RC. I'm programming in R right now. Oh, dang it. That's already taken. Never mind. Can't go with that. I feel like I've broken it. I feel like I've broken it because these should all be complaining. And what I'm going to do is do just error on each one of these. Copilot is actually nailing this, saying like, hey, this is not supported yet. So I'm super happy with that. This is not okay. This is not okay. Copilot, do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know? There we go. You didn't do the comma or the closing parenthesis on that one? That's weird. You were doing so well. Yep. You've just stopped doing the last two characters there. That's a little disappointing. Oh, that was my bad. There we go. I probably should just put these under an underscore, shouldn't I? And said just not supported. What I was thinking was, since Copilot already did all this work for me, is it would be nice to see like in the logs what was being called. But you know, is maybe a lot of work for little gain. I'm doing it. I deleted the rest. 1 second. Oh, look at that. I should have just done 1 or 2. Dang it. I think that it didn't get all of them. It could have duplicates, though. Yeah, I think it's No, it's not duplicating yet. I don't think it got all of them. That's why the match was complaining that it needed a catch-all, was because they weren't all implemented yet. All right. Let's fix these other errors because I feel like I've broken Rust. I mean, broken. Why are you upset about this? This feels like not the thing to be upset about. Oh, this is upset. This is upset because it's not the monolith. We just need to delete this. We just need to delete it. There is no effing run. Don't effing run. That is not okay. Where was run called? I just deleted it. It had to be up here, right? Right. Debug app parse tracing run. Nope, can't do it. Okay. If you try to run this from here, it's just gonna end. Cool. Okay, we cleaned that up. I still feel like this should be erroring because we don't have we don't. I deleted the underscore. Unless if that was the last one. But we'll clean this up. And now here we can just delete this. 1 second. I don't want to get rid of this. We can just delete this right here. Oh, look at that. That is right. Oh, nailed it. All right. Follow event. Beautiful. Beautiful. Quick fix. Import. Now it should know the type. Yeah, it's a follow event. And we can put the username in here. Beautiful. And we don't have to worry about not handled events. I mean, I guess we will still do this because it's not handled. But we'll just throw, what will we throw in there? We'll just throw this. That doesn't really... we can't just give it the raw enum. Unless we... Can we just auto-implement debug on that? I think we can. I think we can just do... Can't we... Oh, why is it slipping from me? Channel ban, you'll be testing that one. Oh, I want it to auto-implement debug. Holy crap, why can't I think of this? Derive. Thank you. I wish that I could, like, auto-derive debug. Yes, it does. Look at this. Did I not save this? Maybe I didn't save it. There we go. I saved it. It does too. New. Oh, I didn't do the event. Okay, message.event is what I need. Event. There we go. Boom. There we go. Fixed it. I mean, that being said, I can also just slap a good old debug up here as well. That's happy is as happy does. Don't need any of those things. These are just pores. Just pores. Create a VS Code snippet for struct that also has the common derives. I'm not sure what you're saying there. I don't. Oh, look. Look at this. It's finally understood that we have errors here. It finally understands that that something is wrong. Oh. It took it so long. Uh-oh. This is a problem. I thought it did. Oh no, I deleted how we were. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. I think I just turned off my GUI. But how do I turn it back on? Am I leaking any data? I don't think I'm leaking data. I do have a Samsung SSD 980 Pro 2 terabyte as my primary drive. I can't see chat though. So if you are, I know that there is a combination to hit. Probably not that one. That was a dumb one to hit. That was less than smart. One second. I gotta pull up chat. I believe I have done this before. I think I might have killed my X server. I accidentally did Control Alt F11 instead of minus. Can I recover my desktop? I don't know. I am googling. Maybe I should be looking at chat because Russell knows these. Look at that fool. He crashed his desktop. Oh. Oh. Oh, chat, I cannot see you. I have no idea if you're saying anything useful. I'm going to be there in just a second. Let's see. How to find your own channel. Look at that. All right. Getting chat up. It makes Googling difficult as well. Oh, no sound. Oh no. Okay, so it doesn't say anything. It doesn't show me a history of chat. So if you did say something, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to Google on my phone some more. Yeah. Yeah. Pro Linux user here. Control Alt F12. Control Alt F12. Does not work, my friend. Does not work. Oh, F2. Control Alt F2. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Stop saying F2 at me. It's not like I. Small words over there. All right, what does F11 do? I'm sorry. I have done this before, sadly, because on Visual Studio Code, it's plus and minus to go back and like forwards and backwards, which is what got me in trouble. What does control? F11 do? I feel like it like stops. What does this do? Does it go to? It wasn't going to sleep though. That's not what it does. Like that's not go to sleep. Oh, puts the GUI to sleep. Puts you into virtual terminal. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Now, is it useful? Is there a reason I should be using that? Okay. Well, I have never had to deal with that. Okay. This payload should be a channel follow v2. Oh, do I have to parse the message? Oh, the message should be of a channel follow v2. v2. Why is there only channel follow v1 here? Actually, let's just jump into that because no that. This is not what I wanted. Is this what I wanted? Why is it just the broadcaster? This isn't what I wanted. I wanted the person who followed. Is that a different event? Am I on the wrong event now? I don't feel like I am. Channel update, channel follow. Channel subscribe, cheer, ban, unsubscribe. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I am parsing this wrong. Let me jump over to how they were originally parsing it, because I feel like I must have just screwed this up. Let's see. Notifications, metadata payload. Parse welcome message. Process welcome message. So for me, I am coming over here. I have the notification metadata and payload. And I'm matching on the payload, which is an event, which is the channel follow v2. Do they have an example of that? Looks like here, let's see, the notification, they're just consuming that here. So let's find a better example. That's a horrible example. I find this API to be a little terse to use sometimes. I think that once you get to using it, it flows very easily, like how you can match on these. But sometimes it's a little difficult to know what you're matching on. Like, it's almost too many levels of indirection. Okay, I will remember that. Like, this is really nice, but it's hard to actually know what data, like what to actually be looking for in here. Like, what type of payload is this? I think once you get the hang of it, it will. I almost think the user ID is supposed to be in here. But it doesn't seem to be. This doesn't seem to be right either. Yeah. I don't know. Like, does this payload have a message notification of type notification though? Like this is where it gets very difficult to understand, at least to me. Maybe I'm misreading this somehow. It's very difficult for me to know what type of messages are possible on a follow payload. Like, I feel like once you get the hang of it, this will become very easy. And I had this. Oh, you know what? Let me just go here. Let's see. Null channel. Twitch alerts. I'll just pull up my own. I would love for Kafka to eventually work. This is okay. See, like, yeah, again, like it's the channel follow v2 payload in the notification. This feels pretty terse to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not familiar with it. I've never used one like this. So maybe it's like the greatest thing since forever. Just delete that. Oh, there was quite a few. Quite a few that we missed. Let's keep going. Shall we? Oh, the Twitch API docs might help. You're right, except I've been yes, they might. It's just a weird way to parse an well, I don't know. It might be the right way to do it. It's not how I would do it because it's not evidently clear. Like, this is the third level of like getting a message. Oh, are you serious? You were just giving me stuff that's not even part of it? You piece of crap. Thank you for not helping me. Thank you very much. No, I don't want your help, but thank you. Well, that's the thing that's weird to me is that the enum is a generic inside of the wrapper. So like because of that, when I'm sure that like when creating them, it's really convenient, but like for me consuming them, it's not helpful. I would have liked so for me, I could do the same thing here, but I won't. I could though. Here, I could make this a generic, and then just like have this be one thing, and then I could just put whatever I wanted in there. But because if I do that though, then it becomes hard to parse because I don't really know. I just have to know, which is the hard part. And it makes the webs like it doesn't give the language, the language center. That's not the language server. It doesn't help the language server to help you because you can't dig into it and see what it's looking for. It knows what it's looking for, but it can't tell you easily. So, anyways, that's why I just find it. Again, I don't know. Maybe it is the best way, and maybe there's some way around it that I don't understand. Like, oh, just do this, and it will tell you. Maybe that's true, and if that's the case, I stand corrected. I think we can just delete this. Wait, process notification. Wait. Wait a second. I thought we just made a thing to build the thing. Yeah, new Twitch event. This thing. There we go. New event. Unwrap it. Send. Is this the thing? Is this building the event we want? Yeah. Yeah. No. We want the new Twitch event message. We gotta build the whole thing. We got the event. We got our event, but now we need the whole thing. Now we need the whole thing. Holy crap, we're killing it. I'm killing it. We're all killing it. We all deserve. Okay, so we got the event. So now we can build the Twitch message. Let message equal new Twitch event. I don't need the payload. What are you smoking? No. New Twitch, it doesn't even have a thing. It's message. Message at. You know what? I like the effort of the chrono, but that's not what we're using. We are using the metadata. Metadata dot timestamp. Dot to string. No. To as what was it? What is it that I want? I know what I want, but I can't think of it. I think it's that I want, right? Oh, no field timestamp. What? Message timestamp. Message timestamp. All right. Message timestamp dot. This. Can I just do to owned? I don't think I can because I don't think that makes it a string. Yeah, and then I could do into maybe. Maybe now. No, I think I have to do the other way, that ChatGPT as stir into. I know it looks like a code smell. It might be a code smell. I don't have a better idea at this moment. All right. Oh, we're borrowing metadata. We just need the ref here. Can we just ref this out and make that happy? That's not going to be happy here. But actually, shouldn't this just be taking a ref? We shouldn't be copying this over anyways. Can we just take a ref of that? Not that way, sorry. But that means we got to change this up. We actually don't need the metadata in here. We're just working on the payload anyways. I think I just got a little happy with what I was doing. And that should make all that happy. Is that all happy? No, it's not. No, it's not. We're still not happy. Okay. We have just been chasing errors for how long? 2 hours. Error chasers. But I don't represent the Error Foundation. I think I'm going to call it the Rust Federation from now on. Oh. Do you think yes. 100%. 100%. Rust will take you off on a tangent, and you have to be careful of it. Because it does it every once in a while to me. I think sometimes I could be better about what I give it. And for example, I think it would be better if I imported some of the things that I used before I asked. Because if you don't ask Rust, for example, a classic example, let me show you over here really quickly. A classic example was when I asked Copilot to build me a function to copy a file, which we did here. This video, I'm working on animations. My goodness, is it rough? But The video is recorded and is ready to go. But we did this thing where we had it copy stuff. And if you look here, this is what it did. And, you know, this is my version of copying a file. But if you import the file system copy first, it will replicate it just like this. So if you don't import it, it just like picks what it's going to use. But if you guide it down the path, it does much better. And I think actually I did the same thing over here where I didn't import here. I didn't import Twitch event. And so it was making crap up. Like it just decided it was going to make stuff up because it didn't know where Twitch event came from. So I think I could get better about things like this where I'm like, no. Here's where Twitch event comes from. This is the thing that I'm looking to build. And it wouldn't take me on as many tangents because this was a horrible tangent. Let's see how badly this is. Cargo build. I'm kind of horrified to run Clippy on this at this point. Kind of horrified. I find when I'm doing stuff that I understand, it's really nice. When I'm doing stuff like this where I didn't truly understand what I was doing, it makes garbage up and I can't, because I don't know, it makes stuff up that I can't validate as wrong and screwed up the language server. Oh, the Copilot X is actually an interesting idea. I haven't played around a whole lot with it. I haven't played around with it at all. Let me rephrase that. I looked over it and I was like, interesting. All right. Maybe we'll run Clippy now. Oh, close your eyes, guys. Close your eyes. Oh, let's see. 3 warnings in that project. 36. Oh, wait. I'm in the wrong project. Oh, man. I also built the wrong project. That was not useful at all. So adding code inline does annoy me sometimes. It's like why I turn it off in videos, because sometimes you'll also be sitting here thinking, like, I just do this, and sometimes it will expand out this huge thing that pushes the code that I'm looking at off the screen, and I just want it to go away and die. And then I turn it off. And then I forget that it's off, and I'm like, why aren't you giving me good results? And because it's off. Sometimes the language server annoys me too. I find it as a happy medium because it expands this stuff out, and I find when I'm making a video, this is really annoying because all of this fits on one line that you could see, but because it expanded it, it doesn't. So I've gotten into the habit recently of when I'm recording my videos to turn off the language server as well, because this stuff is, you know, my first videos that I did with Rust, I do have them on, because it helps. I think it helps the user see like this is a concrete type, that it has a type right now. But yeah, I actually wish I could turn this off. Maybe there's actually a setting. I haven't actually looked if there's a setting. Yeah, you know, I just was thinking about that. I don't know that I've actually looked. Cache priming, auto reload, build scripts, override command. extra args, extra features. I don't know what to search for. How far? I'm most of the way through this. I don't know the thing to, yeah. Although I'm about to switch over to Vim, just because I've gotten tired of it not running FMT. Also, yeah, although I'm a little rusty on Vim, to be honest. I'm a little rusty, so I'll have to practice a little. I was never a really fast Vimmer. Diagnostics, definitely not in diagnostics. Um, oh, I'm not allowed to say rusty. I've gotten a little oxidized on yeah, I forgot that that's copyrighted. So I won't use ersty. I've been a little oxidized in my Vim. Honestly, in my job, I haven't been coding day to day anymore, a whole lot. I still code some, but I haven't been coding as much recently. And I've been using stuff like VS Code because that's what the rest of the team does, and we can do like the team can all join each other, which is pretty cool. And I haven't set that up with Vim yet, and none of them use Vim anyways. They like half of them use Macs. I give them crap for it. I mean, they give themselves crapples because that's what they decided to get. But a little oxidizy. Getting a little oxidizy. Uh, oh, yes. Yes. Anyways, so I need to be back in Vim anyways. So that's another thing. Like, I just need to get back into it. One second. That was highlight, hover, imports. I haven't seen it yet. I know this is insanely good content. Inlay hints. Okay, this is what I think it is. Whether to show inlay type hints for binding, whether to show inlay type hints for method chains, whether to show inlay hints for closing to indicate. This, I actually like this one. This one I like. I'm going to close this one though. Boom. And this is actually really, to me, this is, it depends, but I think I'm going to say no for right now. Whether to render the leading colon for type hints and trailing code, no. Don't render stuff that's not there. All right, I think this is good. Let's see how it. So what the one that I was saying was I left on, which doesn't seem to be okay. This one's working. I think it said over 25 lines. Is I like it when it tells me what the function is down here. I love that this is saying, oh, this is the implementation of the WebSocket. The WebSocket, and this function is long enough that it's telling me that this is the end of the function process message. I actually really like that inlay. Absolutely love that one. Wait. I mean, I'm confused as to what you're calling the real Vim. I would say that I was going to use the real Vim, but it might start as in Vim. I mean, because you get into Vim. So that's why I type in Vim. In Vim, right? You're getting into Vim. Yeah? No? No, you don't like my humor late at night, early in the morning? Probably ever? uh, Probably ever. All right, I got it. I got it. Oh, cargo build single app. We removed single app. It's monolith now, right? Vim 9. I've never used Vim 9. Is Vim 9 a thing? I probably should not Google this straight on stream. Oh, you mean like version 9? Oh yeah, no. You know what? You know what killed Vim 9 for me? I thought like it was like K9 with the thing, but no, you're talking about Vim version 9. Sorry. This this is I don't I don't care if it was super performant. I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't care if it was faster than oxidized metal. I don't care if it was faster than C. I don't care. I don't need a new language. Don't do this. This was dumb. You wasted so much work and so much effort that could have gone into features like an actual good package manager. I'm sorry for all the people that made package managers. I don't mean to insult you. I'm sorry. But like you could have done those things, but you didn't. Instead, you created a new language. Why is this complaining? Single app doesn't exist anymore. The Vim plugin ecosystem is a bit poor, and I specifically kind of blame Vim because it doesn't have an official tool like Cargo. You know, honestly, anybody could make a Cargo. One, because it's not copyrighted by the foundation that I'm not allowed to talk about. But anybody can make a cargo because it's just how it was built around Rust. It's actually another reason I love Rust is everything that's in the standard library you could do yourself because it just is Rust. So you could make another Rust, but the core library, the core language took it upon themselves to make a really great package manager. So one, there's no need to. And it's kind of just part of the thing. When you go download you do Rust up, you get cargo and you can just get going with cargo right away. So anyways, I don't know. I kind of blame Vim for the fact that there's not just an awesome package management. Did I name this wrong here? Yeah, I did. It's still single app here. Rust tooling is just solid, honestly. Cargo, don't get me wrong, the language is great, but if you wanted to talk about reasons I like Rust better than I like Go, Cargo, easy. Easy win. Cargo is hands down. I don't even like TOML. I kind of like it more than I should, but I say that in that I don't like it at all. But I do kind of like it. I don't know. It works well for what you do here. Honestly, it works well for this. I wouldn't want to use it for anything more, but it's fine for this. I like it for this, which is the weird part. Oh, we're back to erroring here. Oh no. New Twitch event message is send and syncable. Yes, it is. Good sir. We have just worked. It is all right here. There is nothing that is not send and syncable here. New Twitch event message. I don't know. I have my qualms with YAML, but wait. Well, let's see if maybe there's just some no. Uh, let's clean this. I'm hoping I just broke something because send and sync should be auto generated. It's your standard Pogo. Yeah, sometimes I break the stream when it goes to download all of these things because I did a clean. It says, hey, let me go get all the packages, like all of them. And yep, it goes, and that does it. What did I do wrong here? Oh, hey, well, thanks for joining and thanks for hanging out. You got some Rust into production, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. Rust is fantastic, and you know what? Um, I honestly don't think this thing is going to be a thing because I sincerely hope that they're going to listen to the community. I think that we're getting a lot of community support behind it. There's a lot of much more powerful people than me in the community. I am pulling what weight I can and writing them a nice letter, nice feedback. I don't think it will be a thing. I think they will rescind it. I am hoping that that's what happens, and in a week, they'll all just be jokes. They'll all just be jokes. And like the great part is the language is completely Apache 2. That means if there is a worst case line in the sand moment, the community can say, no Rust Foundation, screw you, we're making oxidized. And yeah, no thank you. So I don't think it will come to that because yeah, in the end, the Rust Foundation has the control that the community gives it effectively. Effectively, the Rust Foundation is nothing without its community. So I don't think it will even go because I think the community has already made enough of an uproar, honestly. And if it does, and they really push hard, I really think that they're, yeah. Anyways, that's what I'm saying, Russell. That when I said oxidized, I meant we've just forked the language as a community. That's what I meant. Sorry if I was not clear on that. I'm agreeing with what Russell is saying. That there is two scenarios. They fix it a lot. just scrap it altogether at this point. But they fix it a lot, and we're fine with copyright. Nobody has a problem with that. But then the other option is that they don't, and they lose all of their community, and they lose their purpose for being because the community will move on as oxidized. That's what I'm pushing for. Oxidized. Just slap it in their face. A big O that is a gear. That's it. It's just like an inverted gear. The gears are on the inside, and it's oxidized, which is the O. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that would be sweet justice. But yeah, it's really cool that you got some Rust into prod. You're probably better than me. Right now, I thought I was so close. I thought that this was good. Now, if you're new to the channel, just call it Ferris. You all... Oh, I don't even think they can uphold their copyright claim on the word Rust in like domains because it's a common English word. I'm sorry. Like, sucks to be you. But if you want to copyright dung, good luck. Good luck. They can probably get the Rust icon and the gear all they want. But the word Rust, I don't see one lawsuit actually working for the word Rust. Just not happening. I not a lawyer. Don't take my word as legal advice. But I don't see it happening. All right. Why is this being a turd? Why is this being a turd is what I want to know right now. Why does it say this is not send or sync? Right, Rust-Oleum. I mean, like, that's another brand, but like the word Rust. Yeah, yeah. Or the game Rust. There's a game that came out first. There is so many things that like honestly, they also so I have a YouTube series where I teach Rust and I use the Rust logo in each thumbnail because I want people to know that they're learning Rust. Um but I think that actually their copyright thing says I cannot do that, but I think under fair use I can do that because I have done quite a bit with my YouTubing to like validate those types of things, and like I know that I can use Apple and show an Apple product if I'm talking about Apple because that's fair use, and I can show their emblem is right here, but I'm talking about their Apple mouse, and this is fair use, and I'll talk about how I hate its design, but again, it's fair use. So I don't even know like half of the things that they listed they could actually go after. Now I need you guys because both of you are probably smarter than me. Why is send and sync not being automatically put on this new Twitch event message? This is baffling to me because the only thing that's in it is this enum, which just has a string and two strings. This should be de facto send syncable, right? And send sync gets automatically on slapped on things. And I mean it is saying common new Twitch. Also another thing, if you're new, we are doing something pretty I think it's pretty cool. But who am I? Who am I? We are designing a new way to write systems, I think. I think. Maybe not completely brand new. But and possibly we'll be designing a new way to deploy to clouds along with it. And having a bit of fun. Right now, we're building quite possibly the most advanced machine learning powered Twitch alerts. So for all my followers, this builds a unique story for anybody that follows using generative AI to build up a story about them. So when it pops up that you follow, which it doesn't right now because it's not building, but when it pops up that's saying you followed, you get a custom message just for you, which I think is pretty fun. But we're working on making it a this new type of architecture for applications. Yeah, it feels like it should be send and sync. I know. Let me actually do something. Let's run over here to common. Let's actually just take out this part. And this is going to cause us some errors, but that will be okay. We'll jump down into here and fix those errors. We'll just comment that out. Beautiful. Are enums not send and syncable? At the end of the follower message, it will say whether you're not part of this Rust Foundation too. I'm calling them Rust Federation because Federation seems much more appropriate of a name now. Foundation is this thing that cultivates and builds up. Federation is this thing that controls. That's why I'm calling the Rust Federation. Maybe I should copyright that. Man, I want to copyright. This is way too much work. I want to copyright Rust Federation. Oh, that's way too much work for a joke. And then make a video about how I've copyrighted the Rust Federation and nobody can represent me. All right. I'm going all the way down this path. Enums are just structs. Yeah. This thing should be send and syncable. Sneakable. Sneakable. We'll call it sneakable. There is nothing in this. It's just a pogo. And not a pogo, it's a pores. A plain old Rust struct. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm gonna mispronounce your name. I apologize. Anecdotin. 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 What does my cam cover up? I can go clean. I'm going clean on you. What is it covering? It can't be covering much. Anecdotin. I'm killing it. I'm sorry. It's late for me, and I'm bad with words. Very bad with words. What am I covering up with my? Anyways, we had an argument. Oh, okay. I can go back over it. We had an argument earlier today whether it was a poro or a pores. Do you know what Java is? Oh, EverQuest. Okay, so in Java, they have pogos, plain old Java object. Basically, they don't have any methods on them to do anything with them. And I was creating what I wanted to call poros, plain old Rust objects. But then I got corrected that Rust doesn't have objects, they have structs, which I argued structs were objects in memory. And so, question for you, is it a poro or is it a pores? Because it could be plain old Rust structs, which would be pores. Which do you prefer? Which do you want, pores or do you want poros? Poros. Poros. You want pores? Okay. You win. You win. Chat wins. New Twitch event message? No, I didn't get rid of it. I'm using it. New Twitch event message. I got rid of the interface. Yeah, we're not talking about the interface. I was hoping somebody would disagree with you, Russell. Dang it. So I didn't tell him who was whose. But it's pores from now on. Plain old Rust objects. So no implementation. There's no implementation block, is what I'm going with. That's the definition of a pores. So it's this. This is we did get rid of the interface. You're correct. Oh, and now I re-added this garbage. So try removing debug doesn't make it not send a syncable, does it? If it does, that would be killer. We're gonna it's going to complain on us because we do print this out in the yeah. There should be at least one error. Within the WebSocket client, the trait sync is not implemented for... Oh, for sender. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've just passed that up how many times? No, it's sender that isn't. Maybe this is a... I think that all you have to do is do the I did all that work to remove their event when I think it was telling me sender then too. I think this is cleaner, like you said. It's very clear what we what we support, but I think maybe you're right. Because what we need to do is we need to move it. We're not moving. So you have to like let's see. Oh, we do move async move here. But it's not getting moved. Oh, I know where it's happening. Is in this run here. It's getting moved here. Okay, so in here, in this run, there's this loop. Wait. I created another channel up here because I'm a dum-dum. I don't think this should have this at all. Let's delete this. I'm on the roll here. This process message shouldn't take a sender, right? Because it has a sender already in it, because it has a mutable reference to self already. So no send, no send, no sir, no send. Here, when we process notification, this is still on a reference to self. This might need to be reconstructed altogether. Let's, oops. What did I do here? Why is there just an S? That was, I screwed that up, right? That was something else, yeah. Had to be. All right, deleted send from here, deleted sender from here. Oh, S is this thing. Okay, never mind. So then I just need to delete sender from here. That's process notification comes here. Need to delete sender here because this is the wrong sender anyhow. Yep. And then sender here needs to be self dot sender. Oh my gosh. I'm not even. I construct this. This has been late. It's been long. We've done a lot of changes. It's good. There we go. That clears all of that up. Now we're back to main. This was something I was experimenting with. Bad experiment. This is still going to complain because future is not send. Okay. you need to call it with move. Can we call move in here? Move? No. I need to think about how we want to do this. I need to think on this. Because what usually happens is you do something like this and you call move, right? And this would work here. But what's happening in this WebSocket client is that they do a Tokyo select. And that's what's happening with the message. And that means that it's getting moved here. And you can't do that with a sender. Because you'd have to copy it. This is how what's their faces? The Twitch API people were doing this. Maybe this is a great way to do it. So I'm gonna keep doing it this way just because this follows their best practice. But now I need to think about how I get this sender to this object. And it's probably a good place to stop. Although I like stopping when I can check something in, and I don't feel like I can check something in when it's red like this. It kind of eats me up. Is there a simple way to stop this from being read and not commenting it out, mind you? Because like this is what I always do with them. With the sender and receivers, you just do this. Let's see. You just do yeah. You just call the move on it. But it wasn't letting me do that here. I can't call move here. Do I just have to do this? Yeah, I don't think that works. But maybe I can do this better because I'm making this client and then calling this move. This is again just how they did it. I'm not sure. I'm not customarily doing things this way. Delete it. uh, make this work. There we go. All right. It was a good day. Good day. Can I do this? I mean, nobody uses this project yet. You should just be able to move it. But the problem is it's getting moved again. The problem is it's getting moved again. In here. It gets moved again. Which is gross. Ooh, can we do this? Move? Yeah, see, you have to do this Tokyo spawn async move. Oh, wait. Can I just do that? Maybe that's what I was missing here? Just... Can I just do this? Does this make it okay? No. No, it doesn't. I tried. Anyways, this wouldn't have fixed it anyways, because again, it's in this run, I think, is the problem. And I think this self is getting passed around on a object or on a threads. Because it waits on multiple concurrent branches. If Tokyo runtime is multi-threaded, it would be multiple threads, right? It doesn't say that it's multiple threaded though. But I think that just depends on the back end. So it's saying they won't run in parallel, which means they'll be on the same thread. So it's not spawning ones. It's just waiting on all of them. There's no spawn in here, is there? No. This is how you do it, though. Look. You just call spawn.move. Let's see. We're calling async move here on this future, which has it in it. I'm also not entirely sure why they passed the ops here. So that's the other thing that I was thinking we could do. We could remove the sender from here and just pass the sender in here. But I don't know how that helps anything except that clone it. New Twitch event message. Yep. I think this is where I was going the last time. But I don't think this makes anything happy. Why is it async move? Because you're moving it. You're moving ownership. So what you're doing is basically taking it from one thread. You're not copying it. You're moving its ownership. All right, and this doesn't have a sender, but I don't think this should work either. So I'm doing this to help me better understand. So it was moved here. Did I use it somewhere else? That should be fine that it's moved there, right? Sender's new message. Why is this a problem? Use of moved value. Where is it getting? Oh, because this is in a loop. This is in a loop. That's why it's getting moved. Clone. Okay, now it's not getting moved. So every time it does this loop and processes a new message, it's going to clone the sender. I think that's an acceptable thing. But that doesn't fix our problem. But this isn't spawning. It's staying on the same thread. So async move here should move this. I should do let. Then I can just do sender. Yeah, this also doesn't work, which I guess I'm happy about. I'm not happy because now I'm just confused. Because this is how everybody, you do it. You do async move. And then you pass the sender. That's how you do it. So I guess I'm not happy. Should I just do this? 1 second. Is this what needs to happen? It was complaining about this, but I could do that. Is a regular old move taking ownership? Well, it's a move for threads. There's a special moving for threads. Async closures are unstable. Let me just Google this really. I feel like I'm doing something really stupid here because I feel like this is simple. I feel like this is simple. In the innermost async block, so your compiler tries to borrow reference to TX. That's why you've got an error with sender. Type of TX does not implement sync. Once you add the missing move, you get a different error. Cannot move out of TX a captured value from function mutable closure. Next is that for each will call the closure multiple times, so you're not actually allowed to move TX into the async block because there would be nothing to move after the first invocation of the closure. Again, that's where the loop came in, where we cloned. Since MPSC channels allow multiple producers, sender implements clones so you can simply clone. That's what I was doing before moving into the instant block. This compiles. Async move. Okay, so they're using Tokyo Spawn async move. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Actually, let me put this back. I'm gonna put this back like this. Can we do this? Can we do this? I feel like we should be able to do this. Oh, we can. That was weird. I feel like it errored last time I did. No method named run found for async block. I've done broke it. I've done broke it. So use async channels. All right. Finally, as pointed out in the comments, you almost certainly want to use async channels here. While the channel you create is unbounded, so senders will never block, the receiver will block, and there are no messages, and therefore halt a whole executor thread. Okay, sure. As it happens, the sender side of Tokio MPSC channels also implement sync, making code close to 1 from your question compile. I don't quite understand. I don't understand the second part there. So really he's just missing the TX clone here, which is consuming it on the for each. So every iteration. That makes sense. I get that. Let's see if there's another one. No. This is what I'm doing. Thread pull new makes their workers. Okay, so yep, they didn't move the worker. So they're just putting mutex around it. Okay. Oh, it's trying to put. Oh, okay. So they're trying to have all the workers share a receiver, which is fine. It's not multiple receiver. It's single receiver, multiple sender. Sharing the receiving end using ARC. Sure, whatever. That's fine. This is what I'm doing. This is exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to play around with this. I gotta be done for tonight. I am dying. I'm dying. I'm gonna work on this later. Like Thursday. I had fun today. I hope you all did too. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm obviously doing something wrong. I don't know what it doesn't stand out to me. I feel like I'm doing the things right. Let me see what you're doing. Is this a Tokyo thing? So they do async move, which is what I'm doing. I'm doing it right here. Async move. So they're not cloning because they're not in a loop, which is fine. I'm in a loop though. Oh, this isn't a loop. This shouldn't compile. This doesn't compile, right? Wait. The only difference I see here is this. Well, it's just the receiving end is immutable. This isn't spawning in a loop. This has a loop inside of the spawn, which I do too. That's what this run is. This is a loop. Maybe I just don't need to call a wait on this. Maybe that is. Why doesn't it like the run in this? No named run. I mean, there is a run there. I'm telling you, there's a run. Because it's not this client, it's this wrapper around it. Okay. Maybe we don't make this wrapper around it. Let's just do this. Blah. And then we can call run here. There we go. That's what I expected. Yeah, it's still not liking it. I'm not spawning in a loop. I'm just spawning right here. This is just spawning these two things. This thing runs as a loop, and this thing just spawns as a loop. Both of these are just spawning loops. Now this run loops, but it's not spawning in the loop, I don't think. Yeah, this is the select, but we searched for spawn. There is no spawn here. So we're not spawning in a loop. We are looping in here, which is why we need to clone, which is fine because, you know, it was owned. And yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. But yeah, I gotta get some sleep. I don't know what I'm doing wrong because I've done this 100 times. It doesn't like it here for some reason, and I'm missing it. I'm okay. I said I'd done it 100 times, maybe not 100 times, but like over here, I did it over here. We can check this out. The compactor is on a different one, right? File compactor right here. So we have our, see, we just do a move. That's all we do. And that's just a MPSC receiver. The only thing I can think of is they have it set up in this weird way. Where like the ops aren't part of this struct. And so instead of like just moving and doing it here, their TX isn't mutable, neither is mine. They made a mutable receiver, which was weird, but my sender is not mutable. I mean, I'm see they made their receiver mutable, which I'm not even sure why you make your receiver mutable. Not sure why they did this here. I honestly don't think this code compiles because they would consume this in the first loop. They need to clone it. They need to TX clone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing something strange and weird. The only thing that is strange and weird, and this was done not by me, is this block where they kind of prep it before they call spawn instead of just most examples, just call spawn with the stuff and do the stuff in the spawn, which I think this is cleaner. So I'm okay with this, but for some reason, it's not liking it. Yep, I'm going to sleep on that one. You guys have a fantastic night. This is going to bother me because I don't know that I'm going to check this in because I just want to make sure that if my computer doesn't turn back on, it's in. But yeah, I don't like committing it that way. Kind of fixed things. But interesting thing here that I'm not. Okay, so the only thing that I can think of here that I want to think all about, did you try a let for the awaited value as suggested? A let for the awaited value. You mean consider moving this into a let? I don't know what it's talking. What is it wanting? 106. This? I don't know what it's wanting here, to be honest. This I think is 160. Oh, that's in spawn.rs, yeah. Oh, async move let x equal this. I don't know that that makes any sense. Oh, expected a semicolon. There we go. So now this is not returning this thing. This thing right here returns returns a result. Oh, it was returning the await, the result. And a spawn wants a join handle. I don't know why. This shouldn't have changed the type. The type should be this async thing, which we were moving the WebSocket client into. Run. The WebSocket run returns a result. Wait, no. Oh, yeah, it's async. So because it's async, it's returning a future, and we're waiting on that future. Why did it change the output of this? Nothing of this makes sense to me. This doesn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me. Why we're having problems doesn't make sense to me. Why this thinks that this changed, because it should be this thing is what this equals. This equals, yeah, this equals output. Oh, it wants an output of result. It wants an output of result. That's why it doesn't like it. Okay, so we can just return okay here. Okay. 1 second. I got it now. Sorry. Not cooking on all cylinders here right now. Now, this didn't even fix the let binding. I hope that let is not what fixes this, but um future created by is not send. The trait sync is not implemented for this. Wait. Okay, maybe this is giving us more information. Await occurs here with sender maybe being used later. Type has, okay. But that's what I don't understand. I did move it into a let. Yeah, I am just going to leave it as it is, as we pushed it. Or then, yeah, maybe we break it into a simpler case. Maybe Thursday night, I'll break it into a simple case. And what I want to do is a simple case like what we're doing here, where we actually have a structure that has the sender and not just this, move it, all bare. I don't want it to be bare. I want it to be wrapped in a structure, but just a really simple case of that. I think you're right. That will be good. Because everything in me wants to say that this should work. But obviously, everything in me is wrong. Anyways, thanks everyone. See you later. It was great.